go clean the pond, do a patch. Very toxic for your fish. That's the root coming out right here. Flatten it out, it's a nice smooth surface. Your bond is only as good as the surface you're bonding to. Okay, so this is the kit. This is the patch here. All right, it's Monday. Nicole and I, Cape Fear Koi, we're headed to go clean the pond, do a patch. Here we go. Okay, so we're here. This is what we're going to use. It's real basic. Got a couple hand tools just in case. Cleaner, some nets, here's the patch, alcohol, rags. Let's get to it. Okay, so here's the pond. It's kind of a overall like a two-part pond system here. Got the biofall. Got a little pond here. Looks like a paper bag is hanging out. And then the leak is somewhere down in there. So we're gonna pop all these rocks out of here, get the leaves out. We're gonna clean out the skimmer and get this place nice and pretty. Well, she wasn't sure if there were any fish. We didn't see any. We were here a half hour setting up with everything. And just now, a fish popped out of one of the cracks. So we're gonna get this little goldfish out. Just a little guy, there's only one left. Now we're gonna put him in the cooler. He needs a little buddy. There used to be about 5 or 6 of them in here. Maybe there's one in the skimmer box. Sometimes they hang out there, but we didn't see any. So right now, usually we put an aerator in, but the water's cool, there's lots of oxygen, and he shouldn't be in here for more than 30, 40 minutes, so he'll be okay without an aerator for this time. All right, so here's the root here. It was holding tight. It was making pressure, was making a seal for a while, but now it's since causing a pretty big issue now. So we're gonna have to cut this back. It's all the way up in here, so we gotta figure that out, how to remove this, put a patch over top of it. This uneven surface is going to be challenging, so we're going to try that. We're going to remove all this gravel here. You can see we've already moved all this stuff here, but the amount of muck that rocks hold, that's all in your water. They stir that up. That's all anaerobic bacteria, very toxic for your fish. So if you can avoid it, don't put rocks in there. It just makes a mess. I know people love the look of them, but it's just a mess. It's really bad for your fish. That's all fish waste and dirt and slime and grime. Okay, so this is the kit right here. It's overall pretty easy. We just have to have a very clean surface. A few steps and we're good. So what we're going to do is take a rock, actually this rock right here. I'm actually going to smooth the area. So if you can see right around here, it's pretty lumpy. So I'm going to take this rock. It's a good flat and round at the same time, so it'll smooth my area nice, so I get a good, as flat a surface as possible. Okay, so this is the area. That's the root coming out right here. I hit on this a little bit just to test to see how it would work out, and you can see that lays much flatter now. So I can take it, go all around the area, and make it nice and flat. So when I put the patch on and press, it'll be nice and flat, and the water pressure will also flatten it all out. So I'm just going to go around here and get this flat, and then cut this root out right here. All right, let's cut it. It's a little rotten, so it's not cutting too well. There you go. All right, let's get this nice and fixed up. So it's nice and flat down in there. See here, I'll go all around it, flatten it out so it's a nice smooth surface. Really have to work this out. I'm gonna have to roll that up, get this area nice and flat. We'll clean it, we'll dry it. We've got rubbing alcohol, and we're gonna clean it up. So I'm also going to use this brush here, really scrub the surface, get it really as clean as possible. Then I'm going to dry it. And then I'm going to run rubbing alcohol on it. This makes sure, really ensures that I have a very good bond. We're really gonna get this area nice and clean. Do this a few more times and we'll be ready to dry it off. Okay, after opening the kit, they had this sponge in here. That's a little rougher and that's a very fine. So this will help fine tune. So get that nice and clean on this side. So I'll do this a couple times. And then once I'm done with the coarse side, see this, all the dirt coming up, then I'll go with this fine side. And I'll go ahead and clean this. So I'm gonna do this a couple times, get that nice and clean. And then I'm gonna take this solvent wipe and go over everything there to really make sure it's good and clean. All right, so after going over with the coarse, this is the finished side on here. And then even the fine, you can still see the dirt that's on there. So your bond is only as good as the surface you're bonding to. So if it's dirty, if it's dusty, if it's wet, it's just not going to work. So you got to take in the extra steps and the extra elbow grease to really make sure that your product is clean. Ideally, you want it to look like this when you're done. So let's see if we run that. And it's getting pretty clean. That's a wipe on the clean side. So right through there, nothing showed up. All right, so now we got a dry rag here. And I'm just gonna kind of fine tune it. Get some of this extra moisture. It actually looks a lot wetter on camera. Well, once I'm done with this, I will take the denatured alcohol. Okay, so I got the solvent here, the solvent patch. Still gonna go over everything. Get that extra clean. That's looking good. Now after this, then I'll go ahead with the dry patch just to go make sure that it's nice and clean. So typically you want to go, instructions are minimum 2 inches extended. I'll have more than that. I'll probably be out this side and probably out to that side, and I'm going to go up to here. So that's going to be about the size of my patch. All right, so here we've got this is the patch here. That's as wide as it comes, and rather than having squared edges, we cut the corners here to make it nice and round, so you don't have places to catch so easy. So it makes less chance of lipping up and then peeling away. So little pro tip, try to make circles or at least minimum around your edges right here. But since this area is kind of large, we went with a little bit longer section like this. All right, so what we want to do is start on one end and then work our way down, so that'll reduce the chances of bubbles. So we're going to go right so here, and then slowly work our way down. That way we can also flatten the surface that it's bonding to, because there are some kind of lips and all that sort of stuff. That's the patch right there, the hole. And then after this, we take the roller, get anything else. That's a pretty good section there, but it's nice and tight. Really, you want to make sure all these edges are nice and good. Okay, so we're also adding some tap water conditioner. This is going to help remove the chlorines and chloramines. And this is the stress coat here, just to make sure that they transition real easy. So we've already added to it, and now we are filling up. We got one here, just starting to spill over. We decided to make just a little house form here. Obviously we didn't put the rocks back in, but this one's easy enough where we can jet around it, put the hose down there to knock anything clear out of it and clean around it. So that little fish has a little spot to hide, and hopefully he gets a little friend soon. So now we're on the fill. Just plugged it in, so pump is filling the box here, the bio. Gonna go to this little pond over to there. A few more minutes and we're gonna put the fish in. Okay, we're gonna do a 50-50, let them sit for about 15 minutes, get acclimated, then we'll transfer them in. All right, the little pond is full. Now it's time to put in our little friend. Let's get the net here. And
This little guy here, nice and acclimated. Come on, buddy. There we go. Welcome to your little home. We'll check out a little hiding spot maybe. There he goes.
We really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit like and comment down below. It really helps us with the algorithm and helps more people get to see the video. And if you haven't yet, please hit subscribe for more. And when you do, hit the notification bell so you get updated for the next one. Until then, be kind to your neighbor and enjoy your pond from Cape Fear Koi. We'll see you on the next one.